Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Monday. It's November 29th. So hopefully you guys had an awesome weekend, got to enjoy a lot of snowfall. So it looks like winter is definitely going to be here for a while, and excited to see some of the new snow. If it's going to be cold, it should be snowing in my opinion. So I've got about 8 things for you today, so let's get started with those. Number 1, as always, make sure that you hit that like button or that thumbs up. Let me know if you're watching this. That will tell me if you're watching this on Facebook or our YouTube channel. We want to make sure that you guys are getting information each and every week. Number 2, this is week 5 in the cycle. That means belt testing is in 4 weeks. Right, the last month of the year starts to disappear really quickly in between the holidays and all the stuff that happens in December. So make sure you stay on track to attend classes at least twice per week. Remember, you need 12 credits in order to be eligible for belt testing, and 12 credits or more, and you also need all of your stripes. So both of those are requirements. Don't get caught the day before belt testing with a lack of classes and or stripes missing. So we want to make sure that you get that in. With the new snow, it's going to be a good idea. So item number 3, making sure that you have a good, clean pair of indoor tennis shoes. So if you're going to wear your tennis shoes from the parking lot in, that's okay. Just make sure. I've got a new rug coming in that you're going to be able to wipe your feet off, make sure they're nice and dry before we get into the classroom and start using the equipment. If you're going to wear boots, then you're going to want to make sure that you have tennis shoes to change into. And I have some boot trays that are going to be arriving later this week. So as the wet and snowy weather continues, you'll be able to stay dry and safe inside the karate school. Number 4, communication is always important. I've had a couple of parents missing a bunch of emails. I send out at least 2 emails every week. And what's happening now is, in order to keep my email system clean, if somebody does not open an email in 30 days, they're automatically removed. So this is a student and or a prospect, somebody that's asked for information. So what happens is, if you get an email from me saying, "Is this goodbye?" that's telling you that my system has not triggered that you've opened any email in the last 30 days. So some of it is not your fault. Most of it is the email providers. Gmail, a lot of times, will push the emails into the promotions tab until you pull them into your inbox. Yahoo is infamous for blocking emails from all kinds of people, and they just don't even show them to you. So double check your spam, your junk, and or add me into your address book, which will help your system realize that you do want to receive emails from me and the karate school. So again, the email is shihan@pmatroy.com. But if you have not seen an email from me in a week or 2, you've missed some information, and we want to make sure that that doesn't happen as much as possible. All right, number 5, life skill. We are working on self-esteem. Self-esteem is the joy of being myself. So we're going to continue that training, and we're going to this week talk about what are things that you like about your community. So we started off with yourself. Last week was your parents and or family. Now we're going to move on to community this week. So making sure that there are things that the students appreciate and are looking for positive in the community. Number 6, leadership training. We're going to be working on all 8 pillars now of self-esteem, as well as the student creed, your public speaking, and how to start class. So leadership team members, as you may have seen, usually are the ones that start class, so that that way they're able to practice. Their public speaking and leadership is one of just the many skills that we teach leadership training, but that will be in place. Little Dragons, number 7. Little Dragons this week are going to be working on balance. This is probably the biggest challenge week for them. 5 kicks per belt color without putting your foot down. So the upper belt ranks start getting into 30, 35, or even 40 kicks without hopping or without putting their foot down. So this is not a skill that the kids can just show up and generally pass the test at the higher belt ranks. So practice a couple of times before you come to class, so that way they'll be better prepared. Naturally in class, we're going to be doing the games to warm them up for that, but we want to make sure that they are successful. Also, as a quick note, stripes are not automatic. You little dragons, just because they show up doesn't mean that they're going to get their stripe. The past 2 or 3 weeks, we've different students have not passed the test, so they don't get their stripes. There's a reason for that. So again, we don't want to just hand out the stripes because they tried. We want them to pass the test to make sure that they're successful, and there's consequences that if they don't pass the test. So it's a positive reinforcement that they learn. If they don't do the work that's required, then they're not going to get the reward. So keep that in mind. I realize it's tough sometimes when your dragon's looking at you and tears coming down their face, or they're pouting, or they're upset. But in the long run, it's much better off not giving them the stripe until they actually earn it. Naturally, that goes for the older kids too, but if there's a kid crying and pouting, let's have a different conversation about that. Finally, number 8. The kids karate class this week is working on black stripe number 3. Your black stripe is for your effort in class, making sure that you give 100% all throughout class as we do each and every drill. That includes your yes sirs, right? We're still missing some of those from a lot of the kids. We want to make sure we get that taken care of ASAP. Belt tying, your blue stripe is still an assignment. If you're not able to tie your own belt at orange belt or higher, then let me know and I can have a leadership team member work with you until you get it. We want you to be successful, and we want you to be, talking to you, the parents now, I want your kids to be able to tie their belts so that you are no longer doing it. All right, so that's my general rule at the school is by orange belt and higher, parents no longer touch the belts. You can guide and you can help, all right, but by orange belt, they need to be physically doing it themselves. Wrap the belt around. Left over right, pull up. Right over left, pull sideways. Done. Right? Some of the kids are still struggling, and that's fine. Struggle is good, right? Because then when they're successful, they really feel proud about themselves, which helps their, you got it, self-esteem. All right, so those are the 8 things that are going on this week at the karate school. Looking forward to seeing you guys in class. Have an awesome day. Bye, everybody.